Hi everyone, welcome to Channel Fuzzy Theory. Today's 3-minute theory is about Karl Marx. Karl Marx is most famous as the main thinker behind socialism and communism, and his text Das Kapital is revered worldwide. Behind Marx's theory about capitalism and socialism are useful theoretical tools for understanding the world around us. One of the fundamental parts of Marx's philosophy is his notion of historical materialism. Historical materialism says that the prime mover of history, culture, and psychology is the underlying economic structures of society. For Marx, all factors of human relation are superstructures of, or causally dependent on, economic relations. That is, the economy shapes all other aspects of life in direct and indirect ways. So we can see this today, where late capitalist focus on consumption informs our identities, where what we choose to buy or promote affects our sense of self and creates social meaning from capitalist accumulation. More fundamentally, Marx's critique of capitalism, but also other types of economic structures like feudalism, is that non-socialist structures alienate us from our labor. What this means is that the value we get from the amount of labor we put into our work does not match up. Rather, when we work, we only get a portion of that value as salary or wage, and our bosses or the corporation gets the excess. Thus, we are disconnected from the fruits of our labor, or alienated from it. For Marx, a just society would be one where we all have the benefits of technological and social progress while retaining all the fruits of our labor. To get to this just society, Marx introduces the concept of class difference. His historical materialism says that the underlying economic structures of a particular historical moment also produce the kinds of classes that develop in a society. In the 19th century, the two major classes were the proletariat, or workers, and the bourgeoisie, or the capitalist class, namely those who had excess money. The bourgeoisie owned the means of production, like factories and equipment, through excess capital, and thus can extract the surplus labor value from its workers. For Marx, the ideal society gets rid of classes and puts the means of production in the hands of everyone, and not just an elite class. Marx theorized that while capitalism produces infrastructure faster than any other mode of production, it is terrible at sustainability. He argued that the underlying economic structure and relations of power mean that the elite classes will not give up the means of production willingly, and so the workers, the proletariat, the masses must take them back through revolution. Either way, socialism, that ideal society with no classes or alienation, is the natural next step for Marx. This is where those who say that the communist countries in history were never truly socialist or Marxist have a point, as the state ended up functioning similarly to the bourgeoisie in alienating workers from their labor. And finally, we can still easily imagine socialism working, though updated, where, for example, each Walmart is collectively owned by all of its employees who have a percentage of the capital it produces based on the labor they put into it. They can make an app for that. To sum up, Marx gives us a way to understand how deeply and the manner in which the economy affects society and us as individuals. Marx, a 19th century thinker, still today provides one of the best analyses of the structures of capitalism that still explains economics better than the neoliberalism invented in the 1950s and 60s. Marx may be one of the most influential philosophers in history. Thank you for watching the channel. If you like the content, subscribe, like, and leave a comment.